We've all seen footage at one time or another of coyotes lurking within city limits. We've heard frightening stories about coyotes making off with someone's cat or chihuahua.
I know I hear them and see them around my house and have always been scared, but coyotes have an important place in the ecosystem and are helping curb a deadly disease. Fox 23 weekend anchor Sunny Lee is live in the studio with her first Wild OK story.
That's right, Michelle and Ron, good morning. So Oklahomans and coyotes have a complicated relationship. As people are selling off generations of farmland and wilderness for development, coyotes are now closer to humans than ever before. But their role is changing, and it's crucial. Here's today's Wild OK.
We saved a few of them.
They are often feared, demonized, and many times eradicated. But biologists are warning us that coyotes have their place, and they may be the only thing standing between a healthy deer and elk population and a total collapse due to chronic wasting disease, an always fatal, highly contagious neurological condition that affects deer, elk, moose, and many other members of the deer family.
The thing about chronic wasting disease deer is, another name for it is zombie deer disease. Right. So they kind of go like zombie. They're just on autopilot. There's no fear. They're just kind of wandering around, and as they're wandering around, they're leaving that disease everywhere to be spread to other deer.
Annette King, the founder of Wild Heart Ranch, has for years worked to save injured and orphaned wildlife in Oklahoma. She agrees with the growing number of wildlife experts that coyotes are the last line of defense for our white-tailed deer populations.
In the beginning stages of the disease, you cannot tell by looking at them that they're sick. A coyote knows they're sick. Mm-hmm. A coyote knows before we know they're sick, because that deer is not responding as it should to a predator. That coyote knows it's got an advantage, and those are taken down quickly.
Chronic wasting disease is currently a big problem in two neighboring states, Arkansas and Missouri. Hunters should never eat deer that are suspected of having the condition. And if the disease does move into Oklahoma, biologists say it would affect not only deer hunting in our state, but it also increases the chances of zombie deer wandering onto highways, causing accidents.
Yeah.
For people who love to deer hunt, for people who love to feed deer and have wildlife in their yards,
right? These
coyotes are vital. So
yeah,
you may not like them.
You can't love white-tailed deer and champion, the white-tailed deer population if you're going to eradicate the coyotes. You cannot protect the white-tailed deer if you eradicate the coyotes.
Programs that eradicate any predators from ecosystems can have negative effects on many different species. Coyotes also control rabbit, rat, and mouse populations. Some ranchers have learned to coexist peacefully with coyotes and have turned to non-lethal ways to protect their herds, using dogs and another critter to keep them away.
The best livestock guard, ever, are donkeys. If you've got a donkey will kill a coyote. If the coyote is coming after their herd, which is the livestock, that donkey will take on that coyote. My donkeys have taken on 2 mountain lions. Two and one, both times. They had scratches, they had bite marks.
As urban sprawl continues to encroach on their habitat, coyotes can adapt to urban areas, a testament to their flexibility.
They're opportunistic. They are after rodents and injured animals. Will they take a cat or a small dog? Absolutely. So my suggestion is keep your cats inside and keep your eye on your little dogs if you're worried about coyotes. The wildlife live here, belong here. Our domestic animals don't.
A reminder that Mother Nature, if left alone, will take care of her own.
We all suffer the same. There's a lot of things that are working against this animal, and we really kind of need them.
Now, wildlife biologists also note that coyotes naturally regulate their populations in areas, so killing them triggers what's called a compensatory response, meaning that when their numbers become too low, remaining females will produce larger and larger litters. So it's best just to let nature be in control. Live covering news that matters, Sunny Lee, Fox 23 News.